off-grid communities overcome the downsides of being a homesteading hermit and offer the important benefits of city life without all its insanity. So, if you're tired of the rat race and want to move up into the mountains away from it all, but your spouse won't even consider it, an off-grid community might be just the solution. Here's 3 ways off-grid communities overcome the downsides of the typical off-grid life. 1. Isolation versus built-in social life. One of the primary disadvantages of living off the grid is often the isolation factor. If you live in a remote area, it can be difficult to access basic necessities like food and medical care. Additionally, some of your family members may need social ties for their mental health and thrive better around others. In contrast, an off-grid community provides a built-in social life. When you live near other people, it is easier to make friends and build relationships. Community socials and service projects can help to reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. 2. A sense of insecurity. Insecurity with regards to safety is one of the primary risks of off-grid living. Off-gridders often don't have nearby neighbors that they can rely on in an emergency. And living in a remote location means that help may take longer to get to them in case of accident or danger. However, when you live in a community of self-reliant people, there is typically a greater sense of security as there are more people around to watch out for each other. Self-reliant people are usually happy to help a neighbor in need, whether that's dealing with wild animals, or roving bands of zombies. 3. It's all up to you. Finally, living off the grid requires a high degree of self-sufficiency, which can be overwhelming. If something breaks or goes wrong, there may not be anyone nearby who can help you fix it. In contrast, living in an off-grid town of self-reliant people, they will have a wide variety of skills you can call on when you need help. And off-gridders tend to be happy to help others. Living in an off-grid town also has some serious advantages over living in traditional cities. 1. Ultimate preparedness. Living in the city, you could easily lose your water and power, and even the ability to deal with sewage, if there's a natural or man-made disaster that takes out those systems. The empty shelves in the grocery stores during COVID shows how quickly necessities can become unavailable in an emergency. When you live off-grid and produce all your own food and power and have your own water well, disasters in a distant part of your city won't shut you down. 2. A simpler life. For some people, moving off the power grid is a way to live a simpler life, to escape the insanities of city life. When you can get away from the current crazy culture, you can live a more peaceful and quiet life without all of the hustle and bustle. This can be appealing for those who want to get away from it all and live a more relaxed lifestyle. Sure, it's likely more work, but also more rewarding. 3. Environmentally friendly. For many, another reason to move off the power grid is to be more environmentally friendly. When you generate your own power, you can do so using renewable resources such as solar and wind power. This helps to reduce your carbon footprint and can make a positive impact on the environment. if you're looking for a more prepared and simpler way of life. Moving off the power grid into a self-reliant community could be right for you. There are many advantages to living in an off-grid town, from being self-sufficient to escaping the craziness of city life. If you're thinking about making the move, one great place to start is IC.org, a website that helps people find compatible off-grid communities. The Academy of Self-Reliance, helping people create self-reliant homesteads.